Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, staring at your reflection, and realizing something impossible: your face, your skin, your entire appearance hasn't changed in years. You look exactly like you did at 25, vibrant, youthful, and touched by time. But deep inside, your body is crumbling, aging relentlessly. Your heart, your bones, your organs, they're all wearing down, racing toward an inevitable end, while the world sees you as eternally young. This isn't just science fiction. This is the wild what if we're diving into today. What if your body aged only on the inside, not the outside? Buckle up, because we're about to explore the mind-blowing highs, the terrifying lows, and the world-shattering twists that come with it. Picture this: you roll out of bed, feeling a familiar ache in your joints that no one else can see. You're 50 years old internally, but externally, you're still that fresh-faced version of yourself from your mid-20s. No wrinkles, no gray hairs, no sagging skin. You could pass for a college grad at a job interview, and that's exactly what happens. You head to work, and your boss, who's visibly aging with crow's feet and a receding hairline, treats you like the new kid on the block. You've got so much potential, they say, oblivious to the decades of experience ticking away inside you. But here's the kicker: your energy isn't what it used to be. That morning jog leaves you winded, your lungs protesting silently while your flawless exterior hides the strain. You pop a painkiller for the arthritis no one believes you have, because you look too young for that. Society starts to shift on you. Beauty standards obliterated. No one bothers with anti-aging creams or Botox anymore because, in this reality, outward aging just stops. But inside, the clock never pauses. Doctors scramble to adapt, focusing on internal scans instead of visual checkups. Your annual physical becomes a high-tech ordeal: MRIs, blood tests, organ function analyses, all to catch the hidden decay before it catches you. As the day unfolds, the advantages start to shine through. Think about your career: doors swing open wide. You're hired for roles that demand youth and vigor, even as your mind, sharpened by internal years of wisdom, outsmarts everyone in the room. Promotions come fast. You're the prodigy who seems to know it all intuitively. And relationships, they're electric. You attract partners who see eternal youth, but you bring the depth of someone who's lived twice as long. Dates turn into deep conversations about life, philosophy, and regrets you can't share without sounding crazy. "How do you know so much?" they ask, and you just smile mysteriously. But then lunch hits, and reality bites back. That hearty meal sits heavy in your aging digestive system, causing discomfort no one suspects. You skip the afternoon coffee because your kidneys are starting to falter, even though your colleagues envy your endless stamina. Afternoon meetings drag on, and you notice how people defer to the visibly older folks out of habit, assuming their wrinkles equal wisdom. Not you. You have to prove your worth every single time, fighting against the bias that youth means inexperience. By evening, you're at a social gathering, turning heads with your unchanging looks. Friends joke about your fountain of youth, but inside, your heart races irregularly, a silent warning of the toll it's taking. You slip away early, blaming a busy schedule, when really, your body demands rest that your appearance doesn't justify. Now, let's fast forward, because this what if isn't just a day, it's a lifetime of paradox. A week in, the novelty wears off. You start noticing the isolation. Family reunions become awkward. Your siblings look decades older, their faces etched with lines you lack, making you feel like an outsider in your own bloodline. They envy you at first, but resentment builds. "It's not fair," they whisper. "You get to look perfect while we fade." Medically, it's a nightmare. Hospitals overflow with young patients suffering heart attacks, osteoporosis, or dementia, their exteriors belying the internal chaos. Governments pour billions into research, developing internal rejuvenation therapies, pills, gene edits, implants to slow the hidden aging. Society evolves in strange ways. Age discrimination flips. Jobs start prioritizing internal health metrics over resumes. Dating apps require internal age verification scans to prevent heartbreaking mismatches. A month later, the cultural shift is profound. Art, fashion, and media, they all start to celebrate inner vitality. Models aren't chosen for looks anymore, it's about radiating health from within. But a dark side emerges. Crime spikes as fraudsters fake their youth scans to scam the system, and black market anti-internal aging drugs flood the streets, promising to sync your inside with your outside. By year's end, the world is transformed. Economies boom in biotech, with companies racing to cure internal decay. Celebrities, frozen in their prime looks, become immortal icons, but scandals erupt when their hidden frailties leak. A pop star collapses on stage from old age ailments at 35 externally. Politics. Leaders are elected based on brain scans showing cognitive sharpness, not charismatic appearances. But globally, inequality widens. Wealthy nations afford advanced treatments, letting the rich live longer internally while staying young outside, creating a new elite class of eternals. Poorer regions suffer, with populations looking youthful but dying young from untreated internal wear. Overpopulation looms as people, feeling invincible in their youth, delay family planning, straining resources. Even warfare changes. Soldiers look like teenagers but fight with the strategy of veterans, leading to brutal, deceptive conflicts. But hold on, here's where it gets really twisted. Imagine, after living this way for decades, you discover the truth. This isn't natural. It all started as a global experiment gone wrong. Back in the early 2000s, a shadowy biotech firm released a virus meant to halt outward aging for cosmetic purposes, but it backfired, secretly accelerating internal decay in unpredictable ways. You're not just aging inside, you're part of a massive cover-up. Governments knew, suppressing the information to avoid worldwide panic. Now, leaks are starting to surface. Whistleblowers reveal that prolonged exposure causes internal collapse syndrome, where organs fail catastrophically without warning. You feel it coming, a sharp pain in your chest during a routine day. Doctors confirm it, your heart is 90 years old inside, despite your 30-something facade. And here's the ultimate twist, reversing it requires a painful procedure that ages your outside instantly, matching your inside. Do you choose to keep your eternal youth with the ticking time bomb, or do you embrace visible aging for a chance at a longer life? Society erupts into chaos. Riots, lawsuits, and demands for accountability sweep the globe. The firm's CEO, looking perpetually young, goes into hiding as the world hunts for answers. The consequences ripple out like a shockwave. In the following week, stock markets crash as biotech giants are exposed. Families fracture. Imagine telling your kids, who look your age externally but are younger inside, that their gift is actually a curse. A month on, new laws mandate age synchronization treatments, forcing people to choose stay young outside and risk early death, or age fully and live naturally. Crime syndicates offer underground balance serums, but they often fail, leaving victims as withered husks overnight. By year's end, humanity has split into factions: the externals, who cling to youth at all costs, and the internals, who opt for authenticity, aging visibly to extend their lives. Wars brew over resources for treatments, and culture redefines beauty. Scars and wrinkles become badges of survival, symbols of a life truly lived. For you personally, if you choose the reversal, you wake up looking your true age: gray, wrinkled, but alive longer. Relationships rebuild on honesty, and your career pivots from appearance to wisdom. But if you don't, you live fast and die young, literally becoming a legend in a world obsessed with a beautiful lie. And here's the cliffhanger that could change everything. What if, in this reality, scientists find a way to stop internal aging too, granting true immortality? But it comes at a terrible price, erasing your memories to prevent overpopulation and societal madness. Would you take the eternal youth pill, forgetting your entire past, or would you stick with the flawed, mortal system we have? Drop eternal or remember in the comments below. Right now, the top voted choice will decide my next video sequel. Hit that like button if this blew your mind, subscribe for more wild what ifs, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the follow-up. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay young at heart, and I'll see you in the next one.